Alright guys, this is my first live video here at Super Sanchez. Have the hat. We have one of the youth that I'm gonna cut his hair. We're gonna try to do a high taper with a high blowout in the back. I don't know if this is gonna be a tutorial video or just something for you guys to see, but just follow me. If you want to see the before and after pictures, please go to my Instagram at Super Sanchez Bros. Again, my Instagram is Super Sanchez Bros. Enjoy this video. So one of the first things that I'm gonna do, usually when I do this type of haircut, I like to get the 1.5 to get some of the bulk down. I usually don't go all the way up because I usually try to work that with the comb and with the thinning scissors or shears. The hair clippers that I'm using a Wall Seniors cordless. Another YouTuber over there, that young lady out there is a YouTuber. She says she had a YouTube channel.
I do not have a YouTube channel.
The mother was saying, no, don't say that. See, I'm just passing. Now I'm using a 1.5 low. I'm just cutting the bulk. That's all I'm doing. I'm taking away the bulk. Have a haircut. Cutting out all the bulk out. You see, I always use a comb. I make sure I try to clean everything to the best of my ability. Now, when you're cutting hair, your best friend is the light. So every time I use anything, I usually try to clean the hair on my clippers. The clients to feel a little bit more comfortable. I use a little barber. It doesn't feel as itchy. Alright, so now what I like to do is that I like to mark my areas where I'm going to be shaving. So since I'm doing sort of a high taper, the way I like to do my high taper, I like to like angle it like this. Just stick it up. By the way, right now I'm using the Slimline. This is how I like to do my high taper. When you're doing a client, you always want to pay attention to what you're doing. Like the best tool to use right now will be a brush to clean your area. And you see right here, this area of his hair is light, so you just try to complement it. So just keep looking. Now the back right here, when I'm setting up my guideline line, I like to do my tapers in an angle, just to give it that different look. Usually when I'm working at the barbershop, I like to use my T outliners. But since right now I'm doing like travel barber, then these clippers are way better just because it allows me to move around and I kept them pretty charged. So I always start doing a circle and then I just keep playing depending on what I'm trying to do. No, I am not an expert barber. I'm just trying to learn, so Any feedback you guys have, you're more than welcome to give it. So as you guys see, I have my sections made how I want. So this area right here, since I'm doing a high taper, I might want to go a little higher. And then as soon as I'm done with that, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to use my wall shaver. I usually like to put a little bit of alcohol just in case, you know. And then I'm going to use my brush, and I like to make sure I clean my area. Now I'm going to use the wall shaver to make sure I shave this area as much as possible. Always paying attention to my lines. I want to try to reduce the amount of time that I have to like shave. To reduce the amount of time that I will have to spend trying to shave to erase the lines, you know. And now I'm going to go to this side right here. Remember, if you guys want to see the before and after pictures, go to my Instagram page at Super Sanchez Bros. I also have a Facebook like page. Go to Super Sanchez. We're also going to be talking about life and things. One of the things that I want you guys to understand is just because you're not the best person at something doesn't mean that you're going to allow fear to stop you from trying. So the next thing that I'm going to do now is that I'm going to use my one. Okay. And I'm going to use my one open. This is closed, open. And then I'm going to create another guideline that is going to help me fade the high taper on the side. So now I like to use the side of the clipper, moving it side by side. I'm using. Now another thing that I'm trying to work on when it comes to like cutting hair is my posture. How we went with my pronunciation. Because it could hurt your back, like it's happened to me many times. Now I'm gonna use the one low. I'm using just the side. As you guys can see, lighting is very important. The lighting here is okay. Now I'm gonna use a different angle. Why am I using a different angle? Because the way the hair is going this way. So if I use the clippers like this, I'll be able to get those hairs that are growing at a different angle out. So it'll look at the same length. See? I'm gonna go up just a tiny little more. Make sure I erase it. Now I'm gonna go to the other side, and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna look at the way the hair grows. I'm gonna go that way because I want everyone to be the same length. And when I do this part, I like to get myself a good area, a good space for the area, like maybe something like this with the one. So it gives me a good area to fade and also to make sure I'm able to get it to look crisp. Now, if I was at the barbershop, at the end I would use enhancements. I will either use hair fibers or I have wireless airbrush. I have been using a whole bunch of different colors. I used Kisses Express. I tried using Beijing, how we call it here, the liquid form. And I'm also trying the 245 color. So I am trying different things just to make sure what's best for the client. When I do the enhancements of the airbrush, I am still looking for a product that would last a decent amount of time. So if it'll last about, I would like to find something that lasts about 5 to 7 days. So far, I'm in the process of trying to find that product. If I can't find it, and who knows, maybe I'll do some research and try to see if I can come up with a product myself. I know it's hard, but it's not impossible. You know, you always have to like try to try things. You know, you can't be afraid of failure. One of the things I just recently got my barber's license from give a shout out to the school that I went to is Ruben's 5 Star Academy, and they helped me out with my schedule. They helped me out big time. One of my teachers, I wasn't able to actually be under him for too long. It was Ruben the barber. Ruben the barber. You could look at his Instagram. He's awesome, man. He's like one of the best barbers I met. Another barber that was a teacher. He also has, I think, his own Instagram, and he even has his own store. One and Cut. Hey, he's an awesome barber too. He helped me a whole lot. He's from Colombia, you know, and I appreciate everything both of them have done for me. Right now, Ruben, the barber, he owns a chain of barbershops, and he has one I believe in Colorado right now. It's called Faded Fresh. Look him up on Instagram. I also want to say hi to another one of my barbers. His barber name is The Ghost. He was a barber in the process of learning, and I spoke to him about a month ago, and he told me he was in Colorado and he was doing really good. So I'm really proud of him. You know, keep up the good work. So I'm just trying to learn from all the YouTuber barbers. Right now I'm using the I just used the one high. So I'm not right now. I'm using the one low to try to erase as much from the line as possible, or the darkness. I'm doing it at an angle. Now remember, guys, this is my first YouTube video ever, and I'm actually attempting to cut someone's hair. So I'm trying to do my best. You know, I'm willing to take risk just to see what happens. So, you know, you should also take risk. You know, calculated risk. Trust yourself. You know, you will learn from your mistakes. There's no right now. I have the half just to explain. I used to have. I believe they're the premium guards for wall. One of my favorite clippers is the Wall Wireless. Wall Wireless. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to comment. I will try to answer you as soon as I can. You know. También voy a tratar de estar haciendo los mismos tipos de videos en español. So no se preocupen, la gente hispana. Voy a estar tratando de hacer los mismos videos en español para que ustedes también entiendan y comprendan sobre el arte de la barbería, y también para hablar un poco de la vida. So I was just telling some of my Spanish speaking followers a little bit about what I'm doing here, and that I'm going to be trying to do the same videos also in Spanish. The whole point of me doing the videos is just to help you guys do your own thing too, you know. In life, I am where I am because I had a lot of people that were willing to help me. So as you guys see so far, we're starting to see the blend a little better. You know, we still need to work on that area a little more. We'll be working step by step, you know. It's like they say, Rome was not built in one day, you know. So it is step by step. So now I am doing the same thing. I am using the half guard high, which is also the same thing as the one low with the guard, and I'm going up in an angle. I'm working the occipital bone right here. So this is one of the things that I like. Now I'm using the half low. One of the things that I like a lot about being a barber is that you get to make people look different and better. And if there's something that I have learned from cutting hair, is that a haircut could boost a person's confidence. Um, so I guess that's one of the reasons also why I like to cut hair. I like to help people know that they should be more confident about who they are, and they shouldn't be afraid of failure. Failure should be what's holding you back. Circumstances could hold you back a little bit, but always you gotta keep a positive spirit. One of the things that helps me in life a lot is that I'm a Christian, so yeah, I believe in God, and He is one of the biggest stabilities in my life. And why do I say that? Is because in the Bible, God doesn't change. That is always the same. And it is very hard to find someone in our lives that are stable enough where they don't change very much. And I work as a teacher. I'm actually a math teacher too. And I tell all my kids not to give up. When they're doing their work, just try to work as hard as you can. As you guys see right here, we still see the line, okay? We need to work this area a little more. And then maybe we need to go with the one again and take out that darkness on the side, But I'm not a professional. I'm just trying to do the best that I can. And that's the best way to learn, by trying things out. And I want to give thanks to Matt at the barbershop in Giovanni's barbershop, because he was the one that one of the ones that motivated me to like open my Instagram. He's about to open his own barbershop. I believe it's gonna be called the Headquarters. It's gonna be in the Fort Myers area. So if you guys want to come and check him out, he's an awesome barber. He's one of the barbers that cuts my hair. Sometimes I cut my own hair. Yes, I do. I think almost every barber does that. And it's one of the tools that I use to learn how to cut hair, because sometimes you don't have every single client that is willing to give you a chance to learn how to cut hair. And then sometimes you have to do it yourself. If you guys want to hear a funny story, when I first started and I wanted to learn how to do designs when I'm still learning, I had to do designs on my head. And I started with the peanut, the wool peanut. And I did a whole bunch of crazy designs on my head, and they came out so-so. But I had a church service, and I didn't want to go with that craziness. So guess what happened? I shaved my head. So after I shaved my head, I didn't want to go to church for about a week till my hair grew. So, but those are things that sometimes you have to do. Okay, if you want to come to the side. As you see it now, it's starting to look a little bit more blended. And the big difference is in detail. Detail is what makes the big difference when you're doing hair. Because right now I'm using the half high, or the zero high, however you want to call it. And I'm trying to do the best that I can. I'm using sideways to take as much as I can from the line. I'm looking at the way the hair grows in order for me to be able to get that line out. If you like this video, give me thumbs up. I don't know how it is in Facebook and in YouTube. This is like my first time. So whatever you guys do to like the video, go ahead and do it. Share it. I just want to try to be a little bit of an inspiration for you to try to do your own thing too, For you to say, hey, you know what, if Super Sanchez is doing it, then why can't I do it? We're no different. You're probably way better than me. So I encourage you to go ahead and do your thing, Don't be afraid of trying, Don't be afraid of. So I keep going low, so now I'm going to go all the way low here to try to clean that as much as possible, as you guys see. Trying to take that line out. I'm using just the side of the clippers. We'll go a little higher to try to make it look as good as I can. I'm a barber that is gonna try to keep it as real as possible. I'm not gonna try to hide anything, any imperfections. I'm in the works, I'm in the works. I want you guys to see the process, and then hopefully in the future you guys can say, "Wow, I see how much Super Sanchez has grown as a barber and as a person." And as I'm doing that, I hope that you're growing too with me. Doing it as a family. There's many things and many ideas that I have. One of the things that I'm very passionate about is missions. So many times when I go to different countries, I take my hair clippers and I go ahead and I help. We usually go to like orphanages and we help kids that are many times left and for dead. Many times they're pretty much left for dead at different places. But you can't allow that to hold you back. And I go there and usually it is very hard to get the first person to get a haircut. But once you start with the first one and they see the type of work that you do, a lot of people are going to want to get a haircut from me. So right now I'm still trying to work on detail, trying to make it to the best of my ability. Now in barbering, it is looking at the way the hair looks, looking at the way the hair grows, and looking at the light. The light makes a huge difference when it comes to barbering. That's why probably the light in this side is a lot better. So you probably can see the haircut a little bit better than on the other side. So now I'm trying to do the best that I can to work on details, just to work on those areas that are dark. I do watch a lot of videos from different people, other barbers, just to try to learn new techniques. We're a family and we're trying to learn as much as I can. I'm trying to become the best barber I can so I could offer the best services to my clients. I am all about my clients, making sure they feel comfortable and satisfied. And my clients, I tell my clients, are not just a number. At least not my clients. My clients are my friends, my family, and I do the best that I can to treat them not like a number, but like the special person that they are. We are all special, and we are all able to do many things. Right now I'm using the half. And as I keep doing this, I'll be able to most likely help you guys a little more when it comes to cutting hair, because now it's like detail work. You move far from the haircut so you can see the lighting and to see how everything is going, how everything is looking. As you guys see, I still need to work this area a little more and that area a little more, and that's what I'm gonna do. Just making sure that I work the areas that need to be worked on. Holding the clipper is all about angles. You gotta make sure that you know the angles that you're using, so the haircut comes out as good as possible. Now I'm just messing with the length. I want to make sure that it's looking good. He's going to an activity on Saturday, and I'm going to be busy tomorrow. He lives pretty far from where I work, almost an hour. So we're trying to do an after hours service, and I have to wake up at 4:30 in the morning tomorrow. And where I'm at is probably like 10? Probably like 10. So by the time I'm done with him, and then I gotta do his brother, it's gonna be pretty late. Then I gotta drive home, and a lot of my students are always complaining about, I can't wake up. I'm so tired. I tell them, bro, I wake up every day at 4:30 because I am trying to get back in shape. You know, and I'm gonna do some videos about my weight journey, so stay tuned too. Those are some of the videos that some of the people that subscribe suggested for me to do, and you know, I'm gonna try the best that I can just to try to motivate you guys to do the best that you can. You know, just try to. I'm all about one of my biggest things is all about motivation. So one of the things that I'm gonna do now, and that I like to do a whole lot, is that when I have these areas right here, I like to use my thinning shears. Alright? And after I use my thinning shears, then I use my regular shears, and I might use clipper over comb. You know, I like to use different skills to go work on the different skills. Now you also wanna make sure that you clean the client as much as possible. Clean the client as much as possible. And so he doesn't feel uncomfortable, you know. And now I'm pulling it out. And as you guys see, it's starting to look like it's blended. Meaning I don't have to cut a lot of the hair. I'm just taking the density, the bulk. What is the density? The density is the amount of hairs that are in a certain area of the head, you know? The density. Now it doesn't look as dark. But then again, I don't have to cut it as short. I think one of the biggest things that I see as a barber is that, especially the beginners, when they're trying to learn, they want to cut everything short to blend it. You know, there's many techniques of blending it, especially when a person has like thin hair. You have to be very careful not to keep lowering the hair, because when someone has thin hair, what happens is as you keep going higher and higher with the haircut, you know, trying to blend, the haircut might not look as pretty. So that's where the thinning shears come in very handy, you know. Just pulling it out, brushing it so I can look at my work, and then pulling it up. And I'm hoping that one of the times that I'm either doing live or a video, you know, I'm hoping that I will be able to do one of my famous hot towel shaves. I get a lot of clients to come for hot towel shaves. I use a pretty cool process. My shaves are more of an experience, not only a shave, an experience where the client gets to relax. I had even one of the principals from our school come in and get one of the basically hot towel shaves. I also do like mini facials, you know. And it's the process that I've been able to come up with by looking at many of your videos and also looking at the book, you know. Looking at the book, one of the things that I try to do when I was in school is that I would try to pay attention to them as much as possible to the areas, to the muscles of the head, to the bones, to the nerves. Why? Because when you're massaging the certain areas, you know, the cranial nerves number 5, 7, and 11, which is in front in the face, you know, you want to make sure that your massages are soothing. You know, you want to make sure that you're rotating up and not down because of the blood flow. You know, little things like that you learn by being in school. You know, but that was me. I was always into like trying to learn how to pamper my clients because I like to be pampered. You know, I like to make sure I'm well taken care of. I don't want to be treated like I need to cut another client. You know, you treat me special and I will pay you special. You know, so like that. And one of the things that you see and you know is that a lot of us as you're pushing back, going back, you guys are starting to see the blend a little bit. We still need to work it a little more, but it's starting to be blend, and just by me using the thinning shears. Why do I like to use the thinning shears? Because I like for you to be able to see the fade a little more, you know, and I like this area to be a little darker. Me personally, you know, it all depends on what the client wants. Yes, we still need to do a little bit more of detailed work, but you know, step by step, I'm still trying to learn more steps. I'm just sharing the little bit that I know with you, so you could learn how to do like different haircuts, you know, and do different things. So now I'm gonna use my little shears right here, I want to keep working on the area. This one, you have to be very careful when you do stuff like it in an angle. One of the things that I did when I was going to school is that I attempted to do a fade just with shears. And maybe on my Instagram, if I still have it, I'll show you pictures of how it came out. I think it came out pretty cool. I mean, not perfect, but I only use shears. That's it. Nothing else. No clippers. Why? Because I always wanted to challenge myself, you know. Did I come out of school knowing what I wanted to know? No. But I tried making the best out of it with the time that I had in school, you know. And I was working too and going to school. I mean, I devoted one of my last summer full time going to school. I stopped teaching and then I started going to school. Like I stopped teaching on Friday, and on Monday morning I was going to school from, I believe it was 8 to 8, you know, 8 to 8. You okay, sir? Am I hurting you? I laugh. But one of the things that I like to do with my clients too, I haven't done it right now very much because, you know, I'm talking to you guys, is that I like to talk to my client and I like to ask him how does he feel. Many times when we go to barbers, sometimes they do things extremely hard and it feels awkward and doesn't feel comfortable, you know. And you know, it's just, I don't know, and it feels weird because you don't feel like you have that trust with your barber to be able to tell them how you feel, you know. I like to give my clients the enough trust in order for them to talk to me about how they feel, you know, and to know that they could trust my work. And right now I always tell them I'm your employee right now, you know. I'm working for you. And I also tell them this is like marriage. Right now I'm using my TL liner just to take out. When I do this section, all of this is baby hairs. I try not to pull this as much. And the only reason why I try doing it like that is because when it grows back, you don't want to. You want to try to avoid having that shadow as much as possible. So a haircut will stay crispier and as much. But if you have any questions, like I said, just drop a comment right there. I want to thank Josh for holding the camera. You know, Josh, you have an Instagram?
Yeah.
What's your Instagram?
Joshua_Manuel_Gonzalez.
Alright. Jonathan, you have an Instagram? No Instagram. I'm new to Instagram too, you know, I'm doing all this because, like I said, one of the barbers suggested for me to start like doing it. And I'm not gonna lie, I was scared. I'm still a little skeptical, but I can't allow fear, you know. One of the things why it took me so long to get my barber's license because being afraid, you know, being afraid of what people were gonna say, being afraid of everything that's happening. Alright, so usually when I'm working with the taper, I look at the client's head, and I see which areas are a little higher or not. So I already see right off the get-go, if you come from the front, that this area is a little higher, okay? So I am going to start from this side right here. And I'm going to keep going. Try to keep it as straight as possible. Keep sure I'm cleaning the hair as much as I can. Now the client that I'm cutting right now, he thinks he's really good at basketball, but he hasn't been able to beat me. One day. Also, next month I'll be doing a trip And hopefully I'll be able to do my more videos. I'll be doing some like missions work in the Dominican Republic. It's gonna be my first time going to DR. So if I have any Dominican brothers watching the video, I'm gonna be going to your motherland. I'm super excited. I have a lot of friends that are from the Dominican Republic, and they say it looks a lot like Puerto Rico. So I'm hoping to maybe see exactly what the Dominican Republic is all about. We're gonna be doing like many things. And like I said, this is something that I'm trying to learn every day more and more. So what I like to do doing the tapers, I mean the edge, I like to look from the front, make sure I see the client, step back, and then I just keep working, trying to make it as crisp as possible. If you have any suggestions, hey, feel free to give me suggestions. I'm here learning, teaching the little bit that I know, but also learning from all you guys on YouTube. Trying to learn from all you guys on YouTube. Also, I appreciate all the support that I've been getting from a lot of my followers. I appreciate it big time. You know, they're the ones that have been motivating me and pushing me to keep going, keep doing it. Um, Also, Kyle is one of the customers of my friend Matt. He goes to the barbershop. He just added me. He added this channel. So Kyle, I want to say thank you, man. I appreciate it. He's a very positive guy. He's always um, trying to help people out, and that is a very good quality. He's from Guyana. And I also want to say thank you to Cuba Barber for adding my channel, and Luis. He just added my channel too. On hey Luis, muchas gracias, brother, por añadir el canal. So as you guys see from the front, we're getting there. We're working. Maybe we need to work a little bit more in that area. Another thing that you want to be pay special attention to is to this areas. Once you get this part straight, make sure that those two areas look about the same size. You don't want one to look longer than the other one. So you guys see, this one is a little shorter, so that means that we're gonna have to work a little bit more over here. Okay. But before you do any work on this area, make sure this is straight. You don't want to do work in this area and then find out that this area is crooked. And one of the best ways that I have found to be able to find if that line is straight is stepping out, going back to the client, and keep working on the shape up. For me personally, this is one of the areas that, don't laugh at me, one of the areas that is the hardest because I want to make sure that the client looks as crisp as possible. Now, my cousin is a barber too. His name is Dewil. We say in Puerto Rico, Dewil Molina. He does the best shapers you could ever. He's on point. And I'm actually trying to motivate him to get into barbering. He's an awesome barber. He just needs to get his license. But man, when he does the shapes, he does the best shapers. And I get a lot of tips from him. Whenever I talk to him, he gives me little tips here and there. So now, when I'm working in this area, I am gonna do freehand it to get the little hairs out, just to give it that crisp look. And all I'm doing, when you do this, you have to be very careful. You don't want to mess up the client's hair, and then you're gonna get it blend. And as we still working as a doing videos, I'm gonna share with you a lot of stories that has happened as a barber in the past, you know. I'm gonna try to keep it real. No, everything hasn't been perfect. I have had some not very good experiences, you know. But you know that's the way it goes. That's the only way you can learn. You learn by making mistakes, you know. We all wish we didn't make as much mistakes as we do, but you know sometimes it happens. But as long as you learn from your mistakes and you make sure that you do better from it. Also make sure that when you're doing this area, the area is as clean as possible. Use the straight edge, you know. This bulk area, you know, you always want to see it from far, you know. Always want to see it from far and know how it looks on the video because of the lighting. But as you guys see, I try to make it a little arch just to give it a little bit more of a look on the sides, you know, just to make that side pop. If I had my airbrush, which I ended up not being able to bring it, I could make everything look a lot better. So right now I'm about to use the straight edge. I don't want the person that's making the video and holding it, you know, to get tired. So I just want to say bye to you guys. Subscribe to my channel, Super Sanchez. Also, look for my Instagram, Super Sanchez Bros, my Instagram, and not only that, my Facebook like page, Super Sanchez. So here's Super Sanchez, Jonathan and Josh, and we are out. God bless you. Subscribe.